Hi, my name is Ann Sinelli, lead counselor at Coppell High School. I'm here to talk today about graduation requirements, GPA, and class rank. Now, this presentation is geared for the 2023-2024 academic year. We're going to take a look at graduation requirements, understanding credits, and GPA. First, let's start off with the graduation requirements. In case you didn't know, Texas requires 26 credits for a student to graduate from high school. Here are some of the required classes, or all of the required classes, that a student is able to take or should take. It is only 20 classes, so that makes 6 elective classes that students can take as well. 4 English classes are needed, 4 math classes, and they must include Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2. 4 science classes that must include biology, chemistry, and physics. History, 4 classes. Technically, it's 5 because government and economics are 2 separate classes. However, for this, we cluster them together. 1 credit of physical education and 2 credits of the same foreign language, as well as 1 fine art credit. With all of the programs and things that we offer at Coppell High School, it is definitely possible for students to go over that 26 credit mark. However, this is kind of the bare bones requirement of what is needed to graduate from high school. The state of Texas also has a requirement for an endorsement. What is an endorsement? An endorsement is a set cluster of classes that are grouped together by interest or by job preparation, and they provide some in-depth knowledge into a particular subject area. You can get an endorsement through many different things. One of the things that we always say to our students in the counseling department is to please take the classes that you want to take. It is my job to find an endorsement that fits you and check that endorsement box for graduation. But for students, I really want them to take the classes that they want to take. If a student does complete the graduation requirements, they will get an endorsement. And so it's not required to get more than one. You only need 1 endorsement. Endorsements are also not listed on the transcript until after you graduate. Another important thing to remember is that they're not like a prize. You don't get anything except, your high school diploma for completing an endorsement. They're not recognized by colleges. So students don't need one to get into a specific program. So those are some things, and we'll dive into what endorsements we offer here at CHS. The first endorsement is multidisciplinary. Typically, every student at Coppell High School will receive a multidisciplinary endorsement because you can earn multidisciplinary by completing 4 English, 4 math, 4 science, and 4 social studies classes. Like I said on that second slide, we require that for graduation, so therefore every student will earn a multidisciplinary endorsement. You can also get a multidisciplinary endorsement by completing 4 credits in AP, IB, or dual credit. This is also a very popular multidisciplinary endorsement check for our students. The Arts and Humanities endorsement. This can be done by taking 5 history classes, by completing 4 levels of the same foreign language, by completing 2 levels of 2 different foreign language, by participating in things like band, choir, or theater for 4 years, or completing 2 levels of fine art and then 2 levels in a different area. So say you are participating in choir for 2 years and then you decide that you would really like to participate in theater for your remaining 2 years, that will give you the fine art endorsement with arts and humanities as well. Diving into more of our career and technical education programs, we offer the business and industry endorsement. This can be done through our Sidekick, which is the school newspaper, Roundup, which is our yearbook, KCBY, which is the television station. Also, it can be done through business and marketing classes. You need 4 classes, so 4 years. Scratch that. You need 4 credits, which equals 3 years in any of these programs. So say you are a current 9th grader and you are really interested in business classes, but you were previously taking health science, you can transition to take business classes your sophomore, junior, and senior year and still get that business and industry endorsement. You need 4 credits, and that is definitely possible to get in 3 years. Another endorsement that is very popular for our students is public service. This does involve the education pathway, as well as our health science pathways through EMT, medical assistant, and pharmacology. Another popular endorsement is our STEM, engineering and technology. This can be completed through completing 5 science classes or 5 math classes. It can also be completed by taking the engineering or computer science classes, again, needing 4 credits. So usually that could be completed through 3 classes. Mainly that is the case because if you examine our course guide, those high level career tech classes are typically worth 2 credits. The state of Texas also has a testing requirement when it comes to graduation. These are through the STAR EOC end of course exams. The 5 areas that are tested are Algebra 1, Biology, English 1, English 2, and US History. The types of classes that we offer here at CHS was also talked about in the Registration 101 presentation. However, briefly, we offer on-level, honors, dual credit, advanced placement, and international baccalaureate. The level of rigor and homework does increase with each level of class. So please know that there is a fair amount of homework in AP, IB, and honors classes. One common question that I get is what the difference is between AP and IB classes. Our IB coordinator, Mr. Brock, as well as any AP class teacher, is able to really answer that question, but it is all about learning style. AP is more of a teacher-taught curriculum. IB is more of a student-led investigative curriculum. College credit can be earned through both classes by performing well on the exam taken at the end of the class. Now, I've talked a lot about credit, and I want to talk about where you can see the credits that you've earned and kind of know how that takes into how it all comes together. So this is an example of a student's report card. What we do is take the first 9-week grade and the second 9-week grade and average them together to make the semester grade. The semester grade is then equal to 0.5 credits. So for example, you can see that this student took physics. That's right here. They earned an 88. They earned an 85. Average that together, that equals an 87. And that equals 0.5 credits. Now, when they do that second semester of physics, it'll be physics honors B. The grades will be listed the exact same way, and that will earn another 0.5 credits, which also is equals a half. Equals a full credit, which is what's needed for graduation. We only use 9-week averages to calculate semester grades. Progress report grades are just used to make up that 9-week average. And they are averaged together for semester. We do not average together semester grades for final grades. That is very important. And when we get into GPA, that's a common error that is made. Semester grades are what make up your credits and what make up your GPA points. Now, the transcript is going to be that final academic record that has the semester grades for all classes attempted up to a certain point. It's going to offer your graduation information, your name, date of birth, all of that pertinent information for you. It also is going to have your, and it's also going to have all of the classes that you took in middle school for high school credit, if you did that, as well as, every year kind of divided out. As you can see, the semester grades are listed, semester 1 and semester 2. There also are some funky codes on there, that HJ, the P that's listed on human geography. Let me get this pointer out so you can see kind of the P that's listed right over here, as well as the HJ right here. Those are all codes that we use so that colleges can see kind of the level of class that you took. We really spell those out in the transcript key at the bottom, as well as with our grading scale. Now we're going to go into GPA. I know that this is a very heavily asked about topic, and so I want to make sure that I am providing this information. It is a bit difficult to calculate GPA. However, once you kind of get the hang of it and are doing this correctly, it does make sense. We do offer 4 GPAs at Coppell High School. There is the weighted 5.0 GPA. In the course guide, that is going to be that top scale. The highest GPA on an on-level course is going to be a level 2. And so let me grab the pointer. You can see. So this level 2 is going to be your on-level classes. And this is why it's called a 5.0 scale, because the highest level on there is a 5.0. When you get up into the AP and IB classes, those classes can earn you a highest of a 6.0. However, I often tell students, don't calculate what the highest possible GPA is, because the highest possible GPA is not a 6.0, because you cannot take a 6.0 level of English 1 or English 2 or Algebra 1 or Geometry. And so those classes are going to be factored in at other levels, which make, a high GPA, kind of like what's the highest GPA ever? Not really a good question, because it's going to be different based on the classes that you take. And that's that GPA scale. I apologize for my lapse in technology. The next cumulative GPA scale that we have is the weighted 4.0. That scale is just below the 5.0 scale in your course guide. And it is the same. The reason why we offer a 4.0 scale GPA is because colleges like 4.0. It's pretty for them. It also helps when we are talking to students about NCAA or other requirements. Using a 4.0 scale GPA is a bit more popular. So we do publish it on transcripts. It is available in home access, and the scale is below. Again, remembering that level 2 is going to be those on-level classes. Level 3 is going to be some IB, mostly honors and dual credit classes. And level 4 is going to be all of your AP, some IB, and some CTE classes as well. Now, the rank in class GPA, this is where I get most of my questions. And it is noted in the course guide with an R symbol, as well as a squiggly line symbol for the class of 2025 and after. And those are the classes that will count in your GPA. One really important thing to remember when you're calculating GPA, and I kind of touched on it before, is that you are calculating the average of semester grades. Therefore, you are only using semester grades and not averages. So if you receive a 97 in Honors English 2, that's going to be a 5.5. But if your second semester grade is a 95, you're going to get a 5.3. And it's the average of all of those numbers that make up that GPA. In Coppell ISD, we only rank the top 10% of our graduating class. We will tell students after January of their 11th grade year, students and parents receive a letter, and it tells them what each of the GPAs are for that student. And we tell you what your ranking class GPA is. And if there is a ranking there, then you are a ranked student. If not, we always say that we do not rank. So we only rank because of Texas state law. So that's kind of all the information about that. Then there's the unweighted GPA. A lot of colleges like the unweighted GPA. Unweighted only uses the classes on this 2.0 scale, whether it's AP World History, whether it is Honors English, or IB Environmental Systems. It is going to use this level 2 scale. And notice the grades on the side. You have to take into consideration the grade as well as the level of class. And that is, again, that same average. Class rank. As I touched on before, Coppell ISD only ranks in the top 10% of our course catalog. Top 10%, sorry, of our graduating class. That percentage changes year to year based on how many students are in that graduating class. And we start providing that GPA information for students in January of their junior year. That is the end of the first semester junior year. And the reason for that is because that's when it's really pertinent for college and acceptance information and helping build that college list, which we do in the spring. So that's why we release the information then. Your ranking class GPA is then calculated again at the end of your junior year, which is in June. It is again calculated in October of your senior year after if you have taken any summer classes, that will snapshot that. And then it's again calculated after the first semester of your senior year, January of your senior year. And that is the final ranking that we do for college admissions and for our honors at graduation. Learners who have more than 5 pass-fail grades on their transcript will not be ranked. And those are transfer grades. So grades that do not come from Coppell ISD that are labeled as pass-fail. Those students with 5 of those or more will not be ranked. And the class of 2025 and thereafter has that little squiggly line in the course guide for their class. My apologies, my screen share went away. What we've done is opened up more classes to be added for GPA and rank purposes. The reason being is that with so few classes, majority of them were taken in middle school or 9th and 10th grade, really providing a lot of stress and a lot of inability to raise your GPA after taking those classes. And so what we wanted to do was add more classes to that so that students could balance it out over their high school career. Now, the new policy and the list of classes I have here, please know that the complete list is in the course guide, but this is what is calculating and what will be included in the ranking class GPA for the class of 2025 and beyond. Some final notes is specific courses and number of credits needed to graduate are not optional. For example, US history is a required class for every student to take, as well as that EOC test. The types of classes are based on a learner's interests, needs, and abilities. And counselors are here to check in on your progress, but ultimately it's the learner's responsibility to know what they need to take to graduate and to take the classes that they want to take. As I stated in the Registration 101 presentation, we will be meeting with students during their English class to go over their course requests, and March 10th is that final time to make changes. As always, we are here to help. If you have any questions, please reach out. I know that this process can be a bit, can have a lot of information and can be a bit difficult. And so we're here to help you go through it. And we do have a lot of events through course registration to help you learn and ask those questions to the appropriate people. So thank you.